jump right into today's content. And is anybody else on here? Like, hello, good morning. Please comment so I know people are here. Today I wanted to talk to you guys about color and power and what that means. And June is going to be a big old month of mental health and your space. So your mental, emotional, physical, spiritual, financial space. Okay? That's going to kind of be what the theme is going to be about this month. And you're going to see spots in my house you've never seen. You're going to see areas. Hey, Melissa. You're going to see areas of my life you've never seen. And it's going to be a really vulnerable month for me in typical Dawn fashion. But it's also going to be something that I think is going to help you guys in some really cool ways. So one of the things that I want to talk about today was personally colors that affect me and the fact that we don't realize this is going on. So when I was dealing with the sexual abuse in my life, one of the things that was part of that whole thing is the room that, so if you've read my book, you know this scene of me laying in the hot bath and trying to kill myself and scrape my body off. That sounds really morbid. You've got to read my book to understand what the scene's about. But with that, the room was this really weird mint green color. And I struggled with the color mint green for years. Like, could not have it on anything in my house. I know at one point we bought a house, the whole main floor was painted that exact green. I couldn't walk into that house without feeling like I was about to lose my mind. And people were like, why? Why are you guys painting an entire house before you move into it? That's why. Like, we rented back our condo from the people that bought it for 10 days so we could get rid of all of that color before I could even live in it. The thing is, I don't think we realize how much color affects us. So from the color of your walls to the color of your art to the color of your clothes, what kind of colors are you hanging around? So for me, because I mean, really, it's my brain and I don't know what affects you. If I start to get really depressed, if I start to get in a negative mood, if I start to feel really, really defeated in life, my clothes get darker and darker and darker. Okay? So if you see me wearing all black, and I mean, please not today because I'm really in a great mood. It's a cardigan over like a really bright pink covered with cactus t-shirt. But if I am wearing all black, my mental state is not good. Like, at all. I also, if I wear too much red, start to feel really aggressive. I'm very affected by the colors around me. And so, is there something in your wardrobe, in your house, that's affecting you? I don't deal well with dark colors. I love dark colors in terms of like a charcoal gray accent wall or something like that. But I've realized over the years, I don't handle those colors. They affect my mood. And so I need warmth. I need bright. I need light. So when I look at a home to live in, I have to make sure that there's lots of windows. If the walls are painted too dark, they have to go lighter, right? So the walls in this house are this really weird, and I'm not allowed to paint, it's a rental, but they're this really weird, like grayish purple color. It's a really cold color, like super cold color. And so thankfully all the trim is a really bright white, which helps. And yes, I'm coloring again. It's a good distraction for my brain. Thankfully the trim is a really bright white, but I have to be really cautious even in terms of like my art that's on my walls. So you will notice that like my art's really colorful. It's really bright. It's really happy. I have tons of plants in my house. I have tons of life in my house, right? And I don't think we pay enough attention to that. So I was talking to a client a little while ago and I was like, where in your house are you your happiest? And she's like, in my office. And I was like, well, what color is it? And it was like this crazy cool color. And what we realized is that like her entire house was making her depressed because it was all this dark modern color, right? This like darker brown, but it was so hard on her emotionally. And a couple gallons of paint can clear that right up. So especially right now when we're having to spend so much time at home and we're having to spend so much time in our spaces, what do we need to look at? What do we need to look at in our lives? So another thing is the psychology behind color, right? Blues, greens, some of those things are like really calming colors. And that's often like, that's one of the reasons why I brought so much like of those colors into my office, is that they're really alive, but they're calming. But red is passion. So red makes you angry. Red makes you passionate. Did you know that red also makes you hungry? Why do you think so many restaurants have it in there? Same with the yellows and the oranges and the combination of that. Look at every fast food restaurant on the planet. Look at every restaurant. How many of them have those exact colors built into their branding? That is why. Is because it makes you feel more hungry. So do some research into that. I also have a really good friend of mine is a graphic designer, and she is obsessed with colors and fonts and the meanings behind them and the feelings behind them and what they do. So if you are in business, definitely something to look at is, what are you portraying with your colors? What are you portraying with what you're putting out there in that way? But the other piece of it is, what are those colors and what are those fonts even doing to you when you have them in your house? So she is writing an amazing article for me. I'm going to be posting it. To get it, you have to be signed up for my newsletter. It's going to be going up on my website, but you have to be signed up for my newsletter. So if you're not, I promise I'm not harassing you. You can unsubscribe at any time. There's no hard feelings about that. Even remotely, I know our inboxes are all way too full. But it goes out monthly. It's like a monthly newsletter full of a bunch of cool content and fun and stuff, just to help, like just added value stuff. So if you are interested, you can sign up for it on my website, thetaylorway.ca, or just at the bottom of my business page that you're on watching this. Down at the bottom, there's a spot that says join list. So definitely check that out as well. So what are your favorite colors? For anyone who's watching, what are your favorite colors? What are the colors that make you happy? Are there colors that make you sad? Are there colors that remind you of things? For myself, anything forest green and like rose print, Victorian, anything like that always makes me think of my mom. So that's a really big mixed emotion for me. But it always makes me think of my mom, and that's always kind of fun. So even in my like flower beds and stuff, I'll always plant some stuff that makes me think of her. Melissa, you are a purple lover, aren't you? It is everywhere. And that's super cool, right? Color is so powerful. So look at that in your life. Look at that in your life and see how it is affecting you. And also your lighting, right? Yeah. Right? Super mixed emotions on those things. And it's interesting, the room that I was sexually abused in was very Victorian. And only as I got older and I started to realize the power of thoughts and memories and processes and environment and all of those things did I realize that it's one of the reasons why I felt really not overly comfortable at home. My bedroom was very not like the rest of the house. And that was one of the reasons why, is because I felt so uncomfortable in those textures. And yes, fragrance is a huge one too. I know my dad's wife has a very specific smell, and like her perfume. And man alive, when I smell that on somebody, I just would have a panic attack. That she's in the room, which is really bad. Oh, turquoise. I love turquoise, as you can tell based on what's around me. But yeah. And it's interesting to see what colors other people love, right? And how many times, like even when you walk into a space with lighting, I know for myself, I don't mind LED lights if they're warm LED lights. The minute they're cold, they're gross to me. And they really super crazy affect my mood. To the point where we have spent a lot of money on really nice warm LED light bulbs, and I will actually move them house to house. Like as I move, I take my light bulbs with me and replace them back with the old ones, because I need really warm lighting in my house. And a lot of people, when they come over, will make comments about, they're like, oh, it's just so happy in here. It's just so peaceful feeling. Yes, the colors and the lighting, really big. Oh, love the smell of lilacs. and a big piece of my childhood, right? A huge piece of my childhood, which is so fun. So look around your space. Look around your space. Look around your house. Look around your office, your bedroom, all these different areas. Are the colors feeding you or depleting you? Are they giving you life or are they killing you a little bit each day? And is it something that you could change? Is it something that you could fix, right? In an easy way, an affordable way, right? Because if you're in a really, really dark, gloomy space all the time, is that what you need? Or does that like juice you and get you excited and make you feel alive, right? Pay attention to that because it's a huge part of our mental health. And I don't think we realize how much it is a part of our mental health, right? And right down to the clothes we wear, right? So you guys have an amazing, amazing, amazing day. I am so glad you guys hung out. And I am really excited to be back here again tomorrow. So same time, same place tomorrow. I will be here. And don't forget, you can direct message me with any questions you have at all. If you have a struggle in your life that you want me to talk about, not saying your name, but I will answer it just like I did a question for someone else at the beginning of this call and give you guys some love. So yeah, have an amazing day. Talk to you guys tomorrow. Bye.